श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 ॐ ऋतगं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः। ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। हरि ओं सुप्रभातम्। ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ विश्वं विष्णुर्वषट्कारो भूतभव्यभवत्प्रभुः भूतकृद्भूतभृद्भावो भूतात्मा भूतभावनः भूतात्मा परमात्मा च मुक्तानां परमागतिः अव्ययः पुरुषः साक्षी क्षेत्रज्ञोऽक्षर एव च योगो योगविदां नेता प्रधानपुरुषेश्वरः नारसिंहवपुः श्रीमान् केशवः पुरुषोत्तमः। We were to discuss on this particular nama, Shriman. earlier during the introduction, we had given one example. Who is Bhagavan? For that, we started saying who is Dhanavan, who is Dhairyavan, etc. Similarly, Shriman is one who has the possession of Shrihi. Now see, Yasya Vakshasi Nityam Vasati Shrihi Sa Shriman is the explanation. Yasya, in whom, in whose Vakshasi, in whose chest, Shrihi here refers to Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi. Shrihi lives permanently. This is a very important. Nityam Vasati. Now, many of us have got this understanding. Shrihi, Lakshmi means wealth, and what is our understanding of wealth? Money, property, etc. Yes, Shrihi also means that. It is not that we have to deny that fact. Shrihi means wealth, which includes the wealth which we understand. But truly speaking, the wealth of all virtues put together is Shrihi. Virtues and wealth put together is Shrihi. And very interestingly, the word is Nityam Vasati. When we talk of wealth as we currently understand, that wealth is never permanent. Even the wealthiest person loses lot of wealth time and again in so very different manners. They keep losing. They have lot of wealth, but they also keep losing wealth, meaning the quantum of wealth is never permanent in our case. Shrihi, when it is taken as only money, at no given period of time, a particular type of money remains. I always give the example of somebody holding a 2000 rupee note or a 500 rupee note. Earlier it was 100 rupee note. Today 100 rupees has no value. 2000 rupee note, if you keep it in your purse, we don't want to spend that note. It's a psychology, basically. It's a small psychology. Or a 500 rupee note. We don't want to break it. Why? The moment you break it, we have a psychological feeling that it will go away. Even if you don't break it, it will go away. That is the truth. So, wealth is something, anything that which is belonging to outer world. That wealth will never remain with us. That is why Param Pujya Gurudev would say, don't run behind Lakshmi, where he refers to Lakshmi as outer wealth. If you run behind Lakshmi, she will keep going from one pocket to the other pocket, one dabba to the other dabba. This is how he used to say. Go behind Narayana, that inner wealth will come to you, which will be there permanent. Be behind Narayana, and Narayana will have wealth also. Why? Shrihi. Yasya Vakshasi Nityam Vasati Shrihi. Therefore, we need to search that particular Shrihi and possess that. And what is that Shrihi? It is virtues. And virtues will definitely give us Narayana. Since Shrihi permanently resides in Narayana, Narayana is called Shriman. Also, Gurudev would say, the total manifested power potential. It's a very interesting word Param Pujya Gurudev coined. Power potential. If you look at money also, money has got the potential power to gain something, to receive something, to purchase something. And here the total manifested power potential in the omnipotent Lakshmi is the omnipotent Lakshmi, is Lakshmi rather. In the omnipotent is Lakshmi, and these powers are ever in him. In whom? In Narayana. Therefore, he is called Shriman. One way, all of us are Shriman. All of us. Not in terms of the money, but in terms of the fact that we have that Supreme Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma in us, because of which we are alive. Since that Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma is inside as me, myself, truly, all of us are Shriman only. But here it refers to that Shriman who does not have an individuality, whereas all of us possess individuality. Even though that Parabrahma Swarupa is with us, we have disidentified ourselves from that Parabrahma Swarupa and identified ourselves with this limited gadget called body, mind and intellect, and therefore we are unable to experience that Shrihi which Shastra talk about. We are only counting on our own money. Think. Otherwise, Parabrahma Swarupa is, Paramatma is the power potential called Shrihi, therefore Shriman. The next one is very interesting. Keshavaha. As we understand, Keshava means Krishna. This is the way we have been taught from our childhood. Whereas Keshava here refers to Narayana, who is again Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma. How? Abhirupaha Kesha Yasya Saha Keshavaha. Abhirupa meaning because of this Kesha, very beautifully possessed Kesha, Abhirupa, which is beautiful and gracious, and that to whom it is present, he is called as Keshavaha. Vapratyayaha prashamsayam. Kesha, Keshavaha. That va is added for prashamsa, to extol, to praise. You know, this praising is a very interesting factor. We keep praising. But the difference is, we praise probably to, get something in return. Otherwise, we may not praise anybody. But praising is genuine here where it is said, va pratyaya. Va is added for prashamsa. Prashamsa of what? In this case, prashamsa of the beautiful Kesha which Bhagavan possesses. If you actually see any picture of any deity, you will find that Kesha is beautifully painted, beautifully presented. Why? Bhagavan himself is very beautiful and everything in him is beautiful. And Kesha is also not left alone. Kesha is also made beautiful. Therefore, Abhirupa Kesha. This is one meaning. Second meaning is, Yadva Kascha Ascha Ishascha Trimurtayaha. Trimurtayaha Keshaha. Keshaha refers to Ka, A and E. Isha. So Kesha. Ka, A, Isha becomes Kesha. In some Sandhi rules, now we will not go into those Sandhi, but generally we will just say Ka, A and E, Isha, becomes the identity of the Trimurtis in the form of Kesha. Therefore, Yad Vashena Vartate Sa Keshavaha. So, that who is under the control of. What is that under the control of? The Trimurtis who are under the control of. Why is it said so? Trimurti have got three portfolios. Janana, Jivana, Marana. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. All these are functioning under the command of the supreme reality, which we identified as Om, we identified as Brahma. That Om, that Brahma, who has these Trimurti under its control, is called Keshavaha. This is one more meaning. And there is a third meaning to it. He is also called Keshava because he killed a demon called Kesha. As Krishna, he killed a demon called Kesha, and therefore he is also called as Keshavaha. Continuing. Purushottamaha. Purushanam Uttamaha. He is the best among Purushas. Now see. Purushanam Uttamaha Purushaha, best among Purushas. Now why is it said so? Look at the next line. The truth, Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma, which transcends all individualities and limitations. Now here, Purushanam Uttamaha, here Purushanam refers to the Jiva Rashi, the individual identities with the ego, individuality. Among all of them, Uttamaha is Purushottamaha, meaning the one who transcends all individualities and all kinds of limitations. Every individual jiva is so very limited. We are so limited because, in fact, to say we are limited is also a figurative expression, because there is no expansion at all in a manner of saying. When compared to the Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma, we are not even a fraction of the grain of a fraction of a grain of the sea, as in a manner of saying. Think, we are so limited, whereas Parabrahma Swarupa is the one who is unlimited. Therefore, he is Purushottamaha. Now we go to the fourth shloka. Sarvasharvashivasthanur bhutadhirnidhiravyayah sambhavo bhavano bharta prabhavav prabhurishwarah sarvasharvashivasthanur bhutadhirnidhiravyayah sambhavo bhavano bharta prabhavav prabhurishwarah. Sarvaha, the 25th name in the Sahasranama. Mahabharata very beautifully says, Asatascha sataschaiva sarvasya prabhavapyayat sarvasya sarvada jnanat sarvamenam prachakshate. Asatasya sataschaiva. Asat meaning this limited, ephemeral, ever-ending, never-lasting, impermanent world. And sataschaiva. Sat is what? That supreme. Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma. Asatascha sataschaiva sarvasya prabhavapyayat, because of that supreme being the enlivening principle as Sat and in Asat. It's a very interesting expression. The very presence of the Supreme alone can give the presence of that so-called Asatvastu. If today I see this world outside, how am I seeing? Very simple, Swamiji. You see with your eyes. But eyes by itself cannot see. Eye is only an organ. Eye is only an instrument. Okay. Swamiji, I think mind sees through the eyes. Very good. Go further. Mind is also limited. Mind is also a gadget. Mind is also a matter. Matter is inert and insentient, in which case mind, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, all of them are treated as matter according to Vedanta because they have no independent existence. When we talk of Asat, Asat Vastu is that which does not have independent existence. Like for example, on a Purnima night, you take one bucket of water or a tub of water and keep it outside. And what do you see? Let us say you see the moon in the tub of water. Are there two different moons, one above and one below in the water? Think. The moon in the water is a reflection appearing beautiful yet does not have its own independent existence. It appears. But even if the tub is removed or the water is removed, the original moon continues to exist, whereas the reflected moon does not have any more existence. Even to exist, it does not have its own freedom. Think. It depends upon the ultimate. However, we gain the experience of the so-called existence of the moon in the tub. Therefore, in case we see an existence there and the true existence of the moon, both are Sarvasya Prabhavapyayam. It is the Parabrahma Swarupa alone who give existence to that individuality, to that moon. Think. Sarvasya Sarvada Jnanat. And he has the ultimate knowledge of everything at all time. Therefore, he is called Sarvam Enam Prachakshate. This is called Sarvaha. Same thing in English, as he is the origin and end of all that exists and that does not. This is a very interesting expression. What is the expression there? How can he be the truth behind that which does not? That which exists I can understand. He is the supreme. But then it is said that which does not. Here that which does not relates to Asat. Swamiji, when it does not exist, where is he? Now think about it. This watch, it was here, and now I see the existence of this watch. Alright. Now I remove the watch from here. Where is the watch? Watch is not there. Why do you say, or how do you say, a watch is not there? Think. If I say a watch is not here, then I say that only because I have seen its presence there and now I experience the absence of it there. In both the cases, presence and absence of a thing or a being, who has recognized that? Me, the individual ego. If I have to recognize the presence or absence of it, on what basis, with what support do I recognize? With the presence of Paramatma, my mind is able to function, my eyes are able to operate, my mind through the eyes has seen the watch and my mind through the eyes has not seen the watch. Think. The presence and absence of it is an experience in my mind, and the mind is illuminated by the presence of Bhagavan. And this presence of Bhagavan is there in, and which is not there in, that is not the way we have to think. It is there while it was there, it is also there while it was not there. Therefore, sada sarvasya prabhavaha. When it is said what? At all time, that presence is there. Therefore, sarvaha. Think. The next word is a small one letter change. Sarvaha, and here it is sharvaha. What is the sharvaha? Shrinati. Samharaha. Samharasam. What is it? Samhara samaye. Shrinati samhara samaye. Here samhara samaye means at the time of pralaya, at the time of dissolution of this whole universe. Samhara samaye. Samharati samharayati. It destroys and it becomes the cause for destruction. Both at the time of pralaya, he alone is. Things and beings, universe, this whole experience, the objective experiences, all of them are destroyed, or the Parabrahma Swarupa becomes the cause for destruction of the external objective experiences, and therefore Sharvaha Shrinati Samhara Samaye Samharati Samharayati Sakalaha Prajaha. Sakalaha Prajaha, here it is here means Prajaha is normally used for human being, whereas here Prajaha also indicates all and sundry, the whole universe in total. Iti Sharvaha, the one who is the destroyer, but who can never be destroyed. That Parabrahma Swarupa is Sharvaha. And the next one is Shivaha. What is Shivaha? Nistraigunyataya Shuddhatvat Shivaha. Shiva also means auspiciousness. Nistraigunyataya. What does that mean? Gunas, Trigunatmika Maya, we say. Sattva, Rajas, Tama iti Trigunatmika Maya. Maya is what? In our language, if we may say, it is a fictitious existence. What does that mean? Actually, it does not exist, appears to exist. And Maya with her Trigunatmika is this whole universe, is this whole prapancha, Maya prapancha. And Nistraigunyataya, the one who is beyond all these three qualities. Nistraigunyataya Shuddhatvat. Shuddha we have seen, pure. Pure meaning what? The very existence. We also have the name for Bhagavan, Sat Chit Ananda Swarupaha. Sat is what? Truth, existence. Shuddhatvat Shivaha. Param Pujya Gurudev very beautifully explained. I am Shivaha. When I say I am Shivaha, even this body is Shivaha. But when it is Shivaha, when the presence of Bhagavan is there in me, I am Shivaha. Minus the presence of that Bhagavan in me, I am Shavaha. Look at the difference. Shivaha with the presence of Parabrahma Swarupa, Shavaha when it no more exists in this body. So Shivaha is that presence, Shivaha is auspiciousness, Shivaha is Nistraigunyam, Nistraigunyataya Shuddhatvat. And in Narayana Suktam we chant Sabrahma Sashiva Sahari Sendra Soksharaf Paramaswarat. Isn't it? स ब्रह्मा, स शिवः, स हरिः, स इन्द्रः, स अक्षरः परमस्वराट्. Meaning that Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma himself is Brahma. That Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma himself is Shiva. He alone is Harihi. He alone is Indraha. And then you can add everything including your name. Everything is because of what? Presence of Parabrahma Swarupa. Iti Abheda Upadeshat. Upadeshat, by the teaching, by the instruction of Abheda. There is no Bheda between Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, etc. Abheda Upadeshat Shivadinamabhihi. Shiva Adinamabhihi here refers to Brahma, Hari, Indra, Akshara. You can also add Prajapati, etc. etc. Your name also. Harihi eva stuyate. In the name of all of them, the stuti goes to Bhagavan Vishnu himself. Then comes Sthanuhu. Sthanuhu means what? The one who is permanently established. Sthiratvat Sthanuhu. Since he is permanently established everywhere, there is no place to move. Antarbahishcha tatsarvam vyapya narayana sthitah. When it is said, for movement to take place, there must be a place where it is not. Now this clock, if it is here, there is so much of place for the clock to move. I can move from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, anywhere. If the clock is everywhere, where will I move the clock? Like for example, another example, very common example is the space. That is the nearest example which we can take according to our understanding. Where is space? Space is everywhere. As I said yesterday, Antarbahishcha, the inner space, the outer space is all with reference to the wall which I have built, and I have built the wall also in the same space. So inner or outer is only with reference to the wall. Otherwise, if I destroy the wall, if I demolish the wall, it is not that the inner space went and merged with the outer space and then it has become one space. It was always one space. Sada Sarvada, it was only one homogeneous existence. And therefore, since it is there all the place, where can it move? Movement is not possible. Therefore, it is well established all over. Therefore, that is why he is called Sthanuhu. Nityaha Sarvagataha Sthanuhu Achaloyam Sanatanaha, says Bhagavad Gita. Nityaha, eternal. Sarvagataha, omnipresent. Sthanuhu, stationary. And Achaloyam, I am Achalaha, unmoving. And Sanatanaha. Sanatanaha means what? Ancient. What do I mean by ancient? Ancient means changeless, eternal, everlasting, never ending. That Parabrahma Swarupa therefore is Sthanuhu. Next one is Bhutadihi. Bhutadihi means Bhutanam Adikaranatvat Bhutadihi. He is the original cause of all beings. At the same time, the causeless cause. The whole universe to come into existence, for the creation, he is the cause. But no, we should not go and ask who is the cause for him. There is no cause for him. He is causeless cause. Therefore, he is called as Bhutanam Adihi. Bhutanam Adi. The beginningless existence. Nidhihi. What is Nidhi? Pralaya kale asmin sarvam nidhiyate iti nidhihi. Now see, when pralaya takes place, the basic species, the source, the seed, the bija of every species is deposited in that Parabrahma Swarupa as though. And when the next creation takes place, all of them are sent into the creation for increasing, for reproduction, and then the whole species come into existence. This basic seed species is deposited in what? In that supreme during pralaya. In fact, so many movies have come and it is said Indra collects all of those species, the basic seed, and then he takes them to Brahma, and then the whole pralaya takes place. Like that, lot of movies come. The concept is correct. The picturization may be interesting, maybe filmy or whatever, but the concept is correct. What is the concept there? The bija of every seed is deposited. Therefore, since it is deposited in Bhagavan, it is a nidhi. Like how you deposit your money in the bank, you have that much nidhi with you. Similarly, he is the nidhi of all species. Avyayaha. This is a very interesting point. Avinashwaraha nidhirityarthaha avyayaha. Now look at this. This is a very, a beautiful concept for contemplation. Nidhihi, we said, that is the deposit of the basic seed of a species. And it is a seed itself which grows into a tree. Is it not? And it is from the seed that tree grows, and the tree again gives fruits, and then seeds, and the seed falls, again tree grows. Like that, there is a continuous chain of the species which constantly exists. And at this time of pralaya, the seed of the tree is deposited. So if you actually notice, the seed of the species is constantly existing. That is why it is said, actually speaking, matter also appears to exist permanently. In fact, science says you cannot destroy matter. The same matter exists in a different form at every period of time. Matter cannot be destroyed, and Parabrahma Swarupa is obviously the supreme. Therefore, both all the time exists. In the case of matter, the manifestation is different. The form manifestation might vary, but the presence in it is eternal. Now look at that. The same nidhi. Nidhi here is what? The seed form of the species is imperishable. Is the treasure. That treasure is imperishable, and it continues to remain all time to come. Think. Therefore, he is called as Avyayaha. Now see, this Avyayaha, imperishable truth, represents three important things. One, it is beyond the concept of space, time, and matter. space has no end. It is everywhere. The space which we understand. Right? Time, according to us, if you say anadi, it means all past. Ananta, all future. And in present. At all three periods of time, that supreme existed. Whereas matter existed, yes, but in different forms at different periods of time. Think. But matter has a borrowed life. Like we saw in the example of the moon. The moon in the tub exists at a particular time when the tub is placed. Outside, when there is water, conditions are there. So matter's existence have an asterisk which says conditions apply. Whereas the Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma has no conditions. It has no limitations. Think. Such is the what do you call it as? The nature of the Supreme. Na vinashyati. Avinashwaraha. Avinashwaraha meaning what? That which has no death. It has no end. Even in the case of the matter, forms change. There is definitely changes that takes place. But in that Supreme, nothing happens. He is that immutable, permanent, everlasting, eternal existence. And that existence is Vishnu. Interestingly, you will find the personified forms Vishnu, Shiva, Narayana, Rama, Krishna, all of them are painted blue. Now think about that. All of them are painted blue. Why are they painted blue? Blue indicates infinity. That is why the sky is blue. The sea is blue. Maybe because of the optical illusion, you may see so many colors, or because of the contamination of the water mixed with so many other materials, you may see it with a different color. But the pure sea is blue in nature, blue in color. The sky, nobody painted the sky as blue. How do we see it as blue? Because of its infinite nature. Therefore, here also Vishnu, Krishna, Shiva, all of them are painted blue. Rama, why are they painted blue? They indicate, they represent infinity. Infinity meaning what? Avyayaha, the imperishable truth. All right, the rest of it, with this we complete the fourth shloka. We will start with the fifth shloka tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om